The Kelleran fleet hung in space like a storm of metal and death, their ships outnumbering humanity's defenders 50-1. Admiral Rachel Foster stood on the bridge of the indomitable, Earth's last functional battleship, watching the tactical display with grim determination. "Admiral, they're demanding our surrender," Communications Officer Martinez reported. "They say they'll give us 1 hour to power down our weapons." Foster almost laughed. The Kellerans had conquered 47 species, and they all made the same mistake. They thought humanity's danger lay in their tools. When humans first joined the galactic community, other species whispered about their weapons. The nuclear arsenals, the kinetic bombardment platforms, the antimatter research. The Galactic Council had even considered preemptive action, fearing these violent newcomers and their instruments of destruction. They never understood the truth. "Open a channel," Foster commanded. The view screen filled with the imposing figure of Kelleran Supreme Commander Thex, his 4 arms crossed in what his species considered a gesture of superiority. "Admiral Foster, your weapons are impressive for such a young species, but you are outmatched. Surrender, and we will be merciful." "Commander Thex," Foster replied, her voice steady, "you've made a critical miscalculation." "Have I? Your fleet is destroyed. Your orbital defenses are rubble. Your weapons are just tools," Foster interrupted. "Let me tell you what you're really fighting." She gestured to Martinez, who began broadcasting on all frequencies, to the Kellerans, to Earth, to anyone listening. 300 years ago, we had no weapons that could threaten anyone beyond our own world. But when the Black Death came, when 1/3 of Europe lay dying, we didn't surrender. We rebuilt. When we split the atom and nearly destroyed ourselves, we didn't surrender. We learned. When climate change threatened to drown our cities and burn our forests, we didn't surrender. We adapted. Thex's translator struggled with the concept. "You speak of defeats. I speak of will," Foster said. "You want to know humanity's greatest weapon? It's the grandmother who lifted a car off her grandchild. It's the scientist who infected himself with bacteria to prove a theory. It's the explorer who ate his own boots to survive Antarctica. It's every human who ever looked at the impossible and said, 'Watch me.'" She turned to her crew. "All hands, prepare for Operation Stalemate." Thex's eyes widened. "Your ships are destroyed." "Our military ships, yes." Foster smiled coldly. "But you didn't notice the civilian vessels, did you? The cargo haulers, the mining ships, the colony transports. 5,000 of them, Commander. Each one now carrying a volunteer pilot." The tactical display erupted with new contacts. Every civilian ship in the solar system was converging on the Kelleran fleet. "They're not armed," Thex protested. "No," Foster agreed. "But each one is carrying mining charges. And each pilot has made the same choice every human makes when faced with extinction, to fight with whatever they have. This is madness." "They'll die." "Yes," Foster said simply. "They will. And then the next wave will come. And the next. Every human old enough to fly, young enough to fight, brave enough to die. 7 billion of us, Commander. How many ships do you have? How many crews? How long before your people back home start asking if Earth is worth it?" The civilian fleet was accelerating now. No formations, no tactics, just pure, unstoppable determination. "We feared your weapons," Thex admitted, his voice subdued. "We studied them, developed countermeasures." "But you can't develop a countermeasure to the human spirit," Foster said. "You can't build a defense against people who turn their home from a predator-filled wilderness into a garden. Who took the same fire that burned them and used it to reach the stars. Who split the atom, realized it could destroy them, and decided to use it anyway, for power, for medicine, for knowledge. The first civilian ship impacted a Kelleran destroyer. Then another. And another. Call them off, Vex demanded. I can't, Foster said. That's what you never understood. I'm not their commander. I'm their voice. Each one chose this. Each one decided that their will was stronger than your weapons. The Kelleran fleet began to retreat, their perfect formation dissolving into chaos. This isn't over, Vex warned. No, Foster agreed. But now you know. You came here fearing our weapons. You should have feared us. As the Kelleran fleet jumped to hyperspace, leaving behind burning wreckage and human sacrifice, Foster stood in silent salute. They had weapons, yes. But humanity's true power had always been simpler. The absolute refusal to yield. The will to survive, no matter the cost.